It's basketball media days. We got Colby Garland and Pasha Goodarzi.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to say some of these names right. Of course, you're not as bad as one of the Grand Canyon forwards. Like, holy cow, I'm not good at remembering names, much less pronouncing them. But San Jose, I mean, picked a little further down the order, and usually, you know, when you look at the preseason poll, it's basically a level of how much do we know about this team. Teams they know about, they pick at the top. Teams they don't know as much about, they pick toward the bottom. So I'll start with you, Colby. Just like, what's the thing that you want people to know about you that they don't know right now about your team?
I think the only thing, just our identity right now is being just play hard, man. I think that every day is opportunity to get better. Every day that the Lord wakes you up is another opportunity to get better, and that's what we're doing. All the way from the summer, all the way from June, all the way up to this point. So just playing hard as we can. That's going to be our identity. We're not as big or as long as the other teams, so it's going to be the hardest playing team. So I think that's going to be something that we want people to think about us.
All right, Pasha, just same question for you.
Yeah, kind of to add on what Colby said, I would say our identity as a team is that we work and we work together. I think with a lot of teams with, you know, all the transferring and NIL, it's hard to get a team to work together and want to play together. And I think this team has a buy-in that this is my third year being a part of San Jose State, and there's a buy-in with this team that I think is special. So if there was one thing to tell people about San Jose State basketball this year, I'd say there's a team that wants to win, and there's a buy-in that I haven't seen before.
So the thing with both of you, unfortunately I was researching Jermaine, but for Pasha, you're stepping in here. But I'll ask you guys both the same question. Like, you're looking to step into bigger roles. You're with the team last – Colby, you were with the team last year, right?
No,
you were transfer. Okay. Transfer, where was it from?
Longwood.
Longwood, okay, that's right. So I guess all I got to ask you as a newcomer, like, you're stepping in. And I think if I remember, I was looking up, there's a lot of history of good guards coming through here. Josh Duce last year, Alvaro Cardenas, heck, go back to Amari Moore. You're maybe stepping into some of that role with expected to be one of those good guards, kind of on par with those. I know there's a lot of difference between those players, but just what are you looking at as far as trying to step in and be a leader on this team on and off the court?
Those guys are obviously, like you said, those professional basketball players now. They played on the San Antonio G League team. G League, the Summer League team. Yeah. Now they're overseas. So those are great players. They play with Coach Miles. Coach Miles got them, molded them to a great player. I think it's going to be big shoes to fill, but I think it's no pressure at all. Those are great guys, and we're just coming in. I'm just looking to do my job and do what I can to help my team win.
Okay, so yeah, and Pasha, you mentioned you've been with San Jose, you've been with this team through some ups and downs. Just what's the role you're looking at? You know, you're here at Mountain West Media. That's usually indicative of being a leader and being one of the experienced guys. What are you looking to bring with this team? Yeah,
like you said, I would say a big piece for me is just providing experience and leadership to the team. I've seen this conference. I've seen what the road games look like. I've seen all of it for the past 2 years, and just being there for my teammates and going through it with them, really, because I've been there before. I think I can help them with the pressure that comes with it. At the end of the day, I just want to do what I can to help the team win, offensively, defensively, leadership-wise. So I would say my role is just do everything I can to help the team win.
So I'll ask you this, Pasha, what do you tell newcomers like Colby stepping in here? You've played at some of the toughest venues in the Mountain West, Viejas, the Spectrum, the Pit, all these others. What do you have to impart on some of these newcomers about what it's like to play in this conference on the road, and even when you're playing these guys at home? Yeah,
I would say the biggest thing, and actually we see it a lot in practice, is just letting the new guys know that this conference is physical. You're not going to get calls that you want, especially when you're on the road. These are all things that we have to learn to play through in practice in order to be able to execute it in the game. So trying to limit as much complaining in practice about fouls and just playing through physicality, and nothing's really going to go in your favor when you're on the road. It's really you. It's the 5 guys on the court versus 8 with the refs. Because there's always an advantage when you play at home. So I would say, just working through those things in practice has been a big thing that I've talked to the guys about.
And then I'll start with you, Colby. Tim Miles has been at San Jose State for a few years. I know, Pasha, you know him well, but what was your kind of impression of Tim Miles as a coach when he's recruiting you, and so far in the offseason, what's it been like playing for him?
The one thing I've learned, and one thing, I mean, I apply him on, he's been the same guy. The same guy that recruited me, he's the same guy to this day. He's a legendary coach. Obviously, just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, so congrats on him for that. He's a great coach. He's an interesting coach. You know, he gets his points across in different ways. Not always yelling, sometimes yelling, you know. But he's just a coach that's, you know, that's versatile. You know, he adjusts to his players, and I think that's something that makes him the legendary coach. He's a great guy, man. Great coach.
So, no, I guess that's this same question, Pasha, but now you've known him longer. Like, what's been kind of the key for you as you've been coached by him? And obviously, players have a decision to leave just about every year. What's the thing that's, you know, kept you around this San Jose program?
Yeah. I would say kind of to piggyback on what Colby said is the first day I met him, he's the same guy today. What drew me to San Jose State and to play for Coach Miles is he's a very honest guy. What he tells you is what you get. He's not going to promise you something that you're not. He's not going to promise you something and then you don't get it. And I think the biggest thing with Coach Miles is he tells you what you need to do to be on the court, and he gives you the opportunity to prove it in practice. And I think that's all you can ask for as a coach, being honest. He put you on the court. You know, you have to be able to produce. And I would just say the fact that he's honest, he's direct, and the fact that as players we like to play for him is something that has drawn me back, because I would say everyone that has come to San Jose State has really enjoyed playing for Coach Miles.
So when you look across the conference, there's a lot of teams where there's some uncertainty. I mean, you guys, you know, there's a lot of newcomers. Heck, it seems like the entire mid-pack of the Mountain West, at least in the preseason poll, it's a bunch of teams with a bunch of new players. Do you guys see opportunity in that? And like, hey, look, if there's some uncertainty, you guys can make a jump up and beat a lot of the expectations. Do you guys look at it that way, or is it more just you're focused on yourselves and you're looking for a challenge? We'll start with you, Pasha.
You know, I would say it's a mixture of both. Most importantly, though, it's about us and doing what we can every day in practice to make ourselves the best team that we can be. I would say there is some truth to that, though, where, you know, there is a little mix in the middle, and we absolutely recognize as a team that there is an opportunity to jump. And, you know, I think the work we put in the summer and the fall, we put in a lot of work together. We're getting better, and I think those things will be shown as we get to conference play, and hopefully those things will allow us to get to that higher pack.
Then I'll ask you this, Colby. There's a lot of fantastic guard lines in the Mountain West. How do you feel like you and just the San Jose group of guards are going to stack up against some of these other guys? You know, Mason Falslev, Utah State, Miles Bird. I know he's maybe kind of a wing, but he's also a guard. Like, how do you feel like you guys stack up against some of these really good guard units in the Mountain West?
I think we have heart. Like I said, another guy that didn't make it here, Jermaine Washington, is another backcourt member. I think that he's very tough. The physicality, like Pasha said, it's going to be a lot of physicality. I think that we just got to play with their heart. They play with the want. I think that we're good enough. We're skilled enough. Obviously, we wouldn't be here if we're not. So I think that we have the talent. It's just we got to match their intensity level, and the physicality level. And I think that we'll be fine. So.
All right. Thanks so much. I'm getting mixed with the words.
Good.
Thank you so much, Colby Garland. And I got to say your last name again. Pasha. I've been saying that the whole time.
Goodarzi.
Goodarzi.
Yep,
See,
yep.
That's why I'm terrible. That's the problem with that Jermaine. I had his name down, and then I managed to
No
forget it.
worries.
But thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Good luck on the season.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.